Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be part 11 of the Frontline restoration. I did talk to the owner today about the game. He had messaged me, so he called me, and it turns out he was having some issues with this board as well. Basically, the graphics glitching and stuff like that. It didn't reset on him, but obviously it's doing that to me. And I did a bunch of work as far as mounting wires and stuff, and it looks like this on-off switch, this original on-off switch is screwed up because the game will turn on and off. Well, the on-off switch is definitely something's wrong with that. But okay, so what else is happening is the game just randomly just shut off on its own. Just the game, the monitor still had power, but the screen shaking and stuff like that. So I guess what we can do is he never tried to reseat any chips or ribbon cables or anything like that. So I'm gonna take the board out, we're gonna try that. Will it work? Probably not, but it's worth a shot just to see. Anytime I crank up the voltage to 5 volts, it freaks out even worse. So I don't know, I think it's gonna be a board issue. He said that he could send it out for repair, or he has a lead on 1 or 2 other boards. He might just buy another board for it. So at least I know that I'm not nuts, and he was having problems with it, and he had gotten it working, but he also said that anything over, he couldn't get it to go over 4.6 volts. So what I want to do is reseat the chips, those ribbon cables, get the coin door wired up. I'll show you what I've gotten done. I replaced these 2 buttons to red, from red to white. I changed the light bulbs out in the marquee, so those no longer have red light bulbs in there. I did hook up the ground wire to the switching power supply. So what I have here is I tied up all the wires and everything. So I have a ground wire that comes from the monitor frame, goes down, goes to the main board here. The switching power supply is grounded to the metal plate as well. And then I have a ground wire. I actually just used the hole that they had the bridge rectifier was mounted to the back of there. So I used that hole and grounded that, because that hooks to the bottom bolt on the coin door. So now the coin door is grounded as well. I still don't know what this wire's for. When I take the board out, I'm going to look and see if there is a plug for that or not. But anyways, I want to get the board out and check it, because I was thinking maybe this was at fault. But if he was having similar issues, if not the same issues as I'm having, I highly doubt this board's screwed up. I'm going to say it's definitely something to do with this. So I have to address that on-off switch as well. It's literally stuck in the on position, and when you wiggle it a little bit, it'll turn off. So I need to fix that. But that I'll probably just do off camera, because it's a pain in the ass to get to that. But anyways, let's get this torn apart, reseat the chips, put it back together, and then we will get the coin door wired up. We'll put the screen bezel on and stuff like that. And then pretty much that's going to end this for now, other than T-molding when that comes. So after this video, I'll be done with this for now. Whether or not we fix the board, I don't know. Also, I got some information. A guy by the name of Don something on Clove had mentioned that the game in the back shop, that the potato cabinet that I was going to use to turn it into an alpine ski, because I thought it was an alpine ski, but the blue is darker, which means the blue, being a darker blue, is the same color they use for Space Dungeon. Okay, problem is the control panel is not a Space Dungeon control panel. All right, it has a button here and a button there and a joystick in the middle, like Jungle King, Jungle Hunt, Pirate Pete, Zookeeper, stuff like that. It's that style control panel. Okay, and the joystick says direction above it, and then the button over here says accelerate. So I'm 99% confident the other button is accelerate. Okay, and the main factor, which a lot of people missed on the video apparently, the front of the cabinet on any Tato cabinet especially Alpine Ski and Space Dungeon, okay? Both of those have a black front, and it either has a powder blue stripe or a dark blue stripe. Dark blue is Space Dungeon, light blue is Alpine Ski. That cabinet was painted the whole front blue, and these stripes are black, which from what I've looked up online, I can't find any cabinet that has a blue front with black stripes on each side of the coin door. So the guy thinks, because it says accelerate and direction, he thinks it was maybe a prototype or some sort of a field kit. It's weird because it still has the striping of a Space Dungeon. It has those colors and everything. He thinks it was a crap. Let me look up the name. I totally forgot it. He thinks it was a game called Pit and Run. Okay, so when Pit and Run came out, it was at the end of the era of these cabinets, which was 1984. So he thinks possibly they put a Pit and Run in that cabinet, because Pit and Run did not have a gas pedal and it did not have a brake pedal. Hold on one second. Okay, so the Pit and Run, I guess it started out using a joystick for direction. It's basically he said it's a poor man's F1 racing game. So it used a joystick and an accelerator button, and that was it. I think it eventually got built with a steering wheel and stuff. So if that's the case, maybe I should put it back to that. There's supposedly one other one that somebody had found in a Tato cabinet, in like a Tato cabinet that would have had, what was it, Stratobox, or what was that other game? Like Crazy Climber or something like that, that style cabinet, which I believe came out after this style cabinet. It was a little bit of a bigger cabinet. So some interesting things. I could possibly get a board. I did find a board. I think it's in Canada. Somebody has one of those boards. So if that's the case, I probably should put it back to that. Recreating the control panel, could probably get that done. I would like to do it myself, but I can't find a file for the Space Dungeon control panel overlay. If I had a file for the Space Dungeon control panel overlay, I could take it on the computer, leave the stripes that are coming around the front that it does in Space Dungeon, and black out the rest of it, and then I could put accelerate, direction, and accelerate on the, on the computer, write that in there, and then be able to print it out and make it. Also, I thought is they have a marquee that you can get for it, but it's kind of a real funky looking weird marquee, and it would be kind of cool to take a Space Dungeon marquee, which I did find a file for that, and keep the original stripes around it, and then just black out where it says Space Dungeon and put that other title in there. And then just run a Space Dungeon glass, which I actually have the piece of glass, I believe, that was in that cabinet. It's pretty screwed up, but I can always do that as well. So there's some options with that. So let me get this board out, take it over to the table, and we'll start pulling these chips and stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody pulled a chip and one of the legs aren't in. Wouldn't that be nice if it was something stupid like that? All right, so these have those stupid plastic clips on them that you got to squeeze together in order to take the boards off. I see a bunch of some solder work on this board. Now I don't know what these boards do. Like this top board here, I don't know what this is. Is this a sound board? I don't know. That's cute. That's broke. Oh, it's not broke. It's just using it as a hold off. It keeps it up in the air. Okay, so this is the first board. We'll take these chips out and reseat these. Just looking by chance if I see anything like a leg bent over or something. This chip is shorter than the rest. That's weird. It's really strange. And what's really strange about this chip is it's shorter than the rest. And why is it two that way? We have two open pins right here at the beginning. You would think that this would be this way because that's pin 1. I wonder if that could be the problem. Or I don't know what that board does. Okay, now we have this board here, and we have this is our sound chip, so this must be the sound board. There's no population of chips right there. We don't have a ton of chips to really take off on this one. Let's pop this ribbon cable. You know what else I didn't look at is where this ribbon cable goes in. Are all the pins straight? Yes. None of them are bent over. I've had that happen before. Those all look intact. Pop this board off. We got to keep these in order. It goes like that. Okay, we got a couple socketed chips here. I mean, the board's pretty clean. All the pins are straight. Just kind of maybe hoping something dumb like that. All right, so what I'm going to do, take my little flathead screwdriver here. I don't have my chip pulling tool out here. I'm just going to lightly lift these up one at a time. Pop them out, look at them. They're clean, like really, really clean. Just push them back in. These are dual wipe sockets too. Okay, these all look great. Somebody has reflowed the solder on the pins. couple pins that are touching each other, and I'm imagining that's how it was. I don't know. These pins have not been resoldered or reflowed, so maybe we'll reflow these pins. Neither one of these have been reflowed, so I guess we can go ahead and reflow all these. Let's pop out these 7 chips. And if you're using a screwdriver, you have to be careful because you don't want to scratch the board underneath your chips because you could screw up a trace. So you just take it on the edge and just lightly lift up on it. I'm not cleaning the legs because they are honestly clean. They are really clean. No corrosion. That one chip being positioned like that makes me really wonder. But I don't know that I should move it. You could always fire the game up with the chip out of it and see if it does anything different. Okay, one more right here. Somebody has changed at some point. Clearly somebody has worked on this board in the past. Maybe whoever worked on it could never get it working all the way. So I'm going to stick this one back on, and we can reflow these pins with it on. So that'll be the next step on this, is to reflow those. Let's pop these chips out real quick. These are basically all sound chips. We're not having a problem with the sound. So I don't know that I'm gonna mess with those. Yeah, these, I'm pretty sure, is this labeled soundboard? Well, it's got the pots on it right here. So this is pretty much the soundboard here. Okay, this was plugged in like that. Okay. Yeah, somebody's reflowed this. I don't know what this board is. That really makes me wonder right there. Why is it like that? Why would they put that in there like that? All these notches are facing this way. The notch is facing the right way, but why is this a different chip and why is it shoved back too? But it, you know, it has a number 10 on it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. because isn't pin 1 and the last pin, you know, that's how you check your 5 volts to the chip. Is this not getting it because it's not the right chip? Oh, found a bent leg. This chip right here. Wasn't making contact. Right there. Folded over leg. That happens so many times. I do it. It happens to me. Everybody does it. Not paying attention. Just happens. I don't think it was touching. Okay, that's a good thing. All those look good. I actually want to put it back in there and see what it does. I think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to solder anything on here right now. I mean, they don't look bad, but I know ribbon cables should be resoldered. But I want to put it back in there and see if anything changes. Clearly, we were missing one leg touching. Okay, let's go try it. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, not shaking. Got a graphics glitch still, but it's working. Nope, it's froze up. Okay, still reset. Let me try putting the voltage up a little bit now too, though, because that resetting could definitely be 5 volts low. We're at 4.7. 5.0. Shaking, screen shaking. Froze up. I guess we can resolder the pins for the ribbon cables. After that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I should slide that chip over or not, if that could be the issue. Okay, I'm gonna just try to I'm gonna resolder the pins. I don't know that it's going to do anything. I think there's something else wrong with it. But I'll try it. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. After that, I did find a small roll of textured black I had in the basement, so we can put the T-molding on the cabinet after I wire up the control panel or the coin door. Okay, that did nothing. I think the more it stays on, the worse it just gets. So I don't know what's wrong with it. He's going to either have to get another board or send this one out. Like I said yesterday, I'm not an expert on these boards at all. So we're just going to let that go, get the rest of this together. I'm going to just take these wires off and we're just going to use all new wires. Because somebody cut them all. So by the time I sit here and splice everything back together, we might as well just change this out since we have the harness. And I lost my knife yesterday and I have no idea where I put it. So I'm going to kind of just sit here and get this stuff, these wires switched over, and then we'll put the T-molding on and we'll probably just slide the glass and stuff in it. And I still got to make a wire for to light up the instruction card too. Okay, we got coin door lights. Now I'm going to grab the plastic bezel and the glass bezel. Let's see how this fits on here. Ah, damn it. This metal piece goes on the bottom. That's off a little bit. It's got to go up right here. Why is that falling down like that? What am I doing wrong here? honest with you, I don't remember how this goes. I think it's got to go this way. And the glass just comes down and hits on it. I love it when the damn bit gets stuck in the holder. Pain in the butt. I have to figure out why is that slide down that far. I'll figure it out. Let's slide the glass in. Let's see what it looks like here. Ouch. I don't think that piece is in there right. I haven't cleaned it, which I'm not worried about right now. It's going to get dusty and stuff. I'll wipe it all down after we get the game up and running. But I still think this metal's not in right. It's backwards somehow. Let me go take a look at another one. Yeah, I had the bracket spun around backwards. So now it's in the right way. There we go. Now everything fits like it should, shroud and everything. So the only thing I need to do is put 2 light bulbs underneath that. So let's get the T-molding on, and we're just going to kind of wrap this up for now. Put it off to the side. He's going to either, like I said, have to get another board or get this one serviced. He seemed more willing to just get another board than have this one serviced right now. Okay. All right, let me clean up these boxes. We'll get the T-molding on it. We might as well shut the back door on this. You can take a look at the coin door lights and the marquee. The marquee is pretty cracked up looking. So as you can see, as I try not to trip on everything. Yes, it's cracked up, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Don't think you can get one. Well, to be honest with you, you could probably get a plexiglass one made. And then once this instruction card lights up, you'll be able to see that as well. So let me shut this off, and then we'll put the T-molding on. You gotta put the coin bucket back in here too. Don't want to forget the dollar, the 2 pennies, and the dime. Want to put that in there. There we go. He made his first $1.12. It's actually going to his house. But anyways, let's throw the T-molding on. And like I said, we'll call it the end of this video. Just checking to feel the stops right at the bottom edge on this. And we're pretty much done with it. We gotta get a PCB that works. And final wipe down, but like I said, it's gonna be a little bit before it gets picked up because I gotta get the Alpine ski done, and then probably the 2 cabinets that I'm building for him. Because if it's nice weather, he said he can bring an open trailer and take all 4 games. If not, he'll have to bring a trailer that'll hold 2 or 3 games, but we'll get it figured out. It's like a 5 or 6 hour drive for him, so it would probably make more sense to get all 4 of them at the same time if you can, rather than having to drive here and back twice. Probably the easiest cabinets to put T-molding on out of all of them. You don't have to do any pie cuts to it or anything. You know, I bought a new tripod for out here, and I'm still using the tripod that I taped together. I have a new one in the house, and I have a new one in the basement. Gotta bring it out here. I just keep forgetting to carry it out here. That sucks, the board doesn't work. That'd have been, I want to play it. I want to see what this game's about. It seems pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of maybe like the game Tank from like Atari type thing, where you went around and, well, I'm sure this is a lot better than that, but. Got it. All right, well, that's pretty much the end of it for now. We'll get a PCB that works, and just need the final cleanup, really. Everything else is operational and working. Oh, I got to make the wire for the light bulbs, which I actually have the wire out of this cabinet originally. I just need to connect it there, bring it down, and I got to install 2 light bulbs onto it. And the light bulbs attached to the metal frame in there. I'll probably just do it when I pull this glass and stuff out to clean the monitor up and everything. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. I think it looks awesome. Well, not a huge fan of the brown and orange, but I'll tell you what, once it's all done, I think it actually looks pretty good. So I'm happy with it. I'm sure he'll really like it. So thanks for watching, guys. That's going to end this for now. We will do one more video on this when I get a working PCB. And we'll put that in, we'll hook up the light bulbs, and we'll clean the screen and stuff like that. But next, we're going to start stripping down the Alpine ski so we can get that done. And once that's done, then we're going to be building 2 new Tato cabinets for him. So if you guys are interested to see me build a Tato cabinet, make sure you watch that in the future. I haven't decided yet if I want to spend the time to rabbet the pieces of the front into the side or not. I probably will. What I'm gonna do is when I pull the Alpine ski cabinet apart, I already have a side template made out of 1/4" Luan. When I take the other cabinet apart, I'm actually gonna take measurements of this right here, and then total measurements with the tongue on each side. Because more than likely I wanna do it like that, because then I can slide it together. I have these brackets coming, so we're gonna be able to duplicate the bolt. God, my knee keeps messing up a little bit. So we'll be able to duplicate where the bolts go and everything. I'll have to find some stainless steel carriage bolts still, ones that don't have writing on them. I guess if I have to find ones with writing on them, I'll just grind the writing off and repolish them. But hopefully I can just find some that don't have writing. All right, guys, I'm gonna quit talking, get this video uploaded, and it's Friday night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.